Welcome to the Red Square News, an independent broadcast from Russia. A few days ago, on the Field of Mars in St. Petersburg, activists of a youth movement called The Spring set up a tombstone near the graves of the victims of the revolution and civil war. The tombstone commemorates the Russian soldiers who died in the Ukraine. The inscription on the tombstone reads, "The unknown soldier has died in the Donbass during a time of peace. We never leave our soldiers behind, but these aren't ours." This text is followed by Vladimir Putin's signature. Installation of the monument by Spring came about as a reaction to a decree recently passed by Putin, which classifies the losses of the army personnel as a result of army special operations conducted in peacetime. The decision to classify the losses as such continues a hypocritical and cowardly policy of the Russian government. First, brainwash soldiers with television propaganda, then send them to war, and afterwards lie about these soldiers ever existing. Today, it is necessary to understand that the Putin regime cares about the lives of Russian soldiers about as much as Stalin's regime cared. Ukrainians receive the bodies of their fallen soldiers standing on their knees, while those who believe Putin's propaganda and go to wage war in the Donbass receive only a serial number on an unmarked grave. Putin's propaganda claims that there are no Russian soldiers in Ukraine's territory. However, a short while ago, 2 of the Russian special forces had been detained in Lugansk. Following the official report, they were immediately rejected by the Ministry of Defense, as well as by their relatives and friends.
Является ли сейчас Александр российским военнослужащим?
Он служил по контракту в декабре сержантом. В декабре он уволился перед Новым годом.
Евгений действительно офицер?
Бывший капитан в запасе. Он после Нового года уволился с армии.
The Ministry of Defense stated that the commandos retired from the armed forces voluntarily, went to war in the Donbass of their own accord. Relatives of the soldiers made similar statements under the pressure of the FSB. The commandos themselves argue that they are not dismissed from the armed forces.
Я гражданин России, Ерофеев Евгений Владимирович. Проживаю в городе Тольятти. Я являюсь военнослужащим Российской Федерации. Мое воинское звание капитан, должность командир группы. Служу в 3-й отдельной гвардейской бригаде. Место дислокации город Тольятти.
Putin continues to declare his policy is aimed at protecting the Russians. Russian state media never ceases to report growing patriotic feelings among the citizens of Russia. But in reality, all phony patriotism vanishes without a trace the very moment the relatives of those killed in the Donbass are trying to ship the victims' bodies back to Russia. Neither Putin's media nor numerous patriotic organizations have provided any help to a woman from Krasnoyarsk who can't get the body of her dead relative back into Russia.
Как нам сообщили, 90 тысяч. То есть на то, чтобы забрать тело. Вот. И то с границы, то с Ростова. Вот. Таких денег у нас нету, все банки отказывают. Вот. Пришли на телевидение.
A pattern runs through all of these events is as follows. For the Putin regime, the smoldering conflict in the Donbass is a way to distract the Russian citizens from the economic and social collapse orchestrated by the 15 years of Putin's rule. The Red Square News, an independent broadcast from Russia.